Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great day. I know some people are already wondering, why is there a 1968 Canadian set? And it's made out of silver. There are some silver in there. We're going to talk a little bit today about fractional silver. Some of y'all may know it as 90% silver. Some of y'all, if you're in Canada, from what I understand, may know it as 80% silver. Depending on where you are in the world, it has different percentages, depending on the age, depending on what's going on. Even here in the United States, a 1964 or earlier half dollar is going to be 90% silver. However, if you find a 1965, 66, 67, or 70, it's only going to be 40% silver. And then after 70, there's nothing. 71 on, there's no silver in it. The reason I want to talk a little bit about this today is because a question came in about my thoughts on fractional silver. And I think there's a good answer to it. The question basically was, what do I think about other than fractional in terms of junk silver or constitutional silver or whatever they may call it in other places. And you'll understand where I'm going with this as I get going in the video. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you my quick answer. I'll tell you why in the video, but some people may just want a quick answer and move on. If that's the case, then honestly, if you're in the United States, I would only do fractional U.S. silver, constitutional silver. If you're in Canada, only do your fractional constitutional silver, and whatever you call it. I don't know. Everybody's got a different name for it. The fact that I have this, and this is silver, and it's not American silver, and I'm in America, it's a little harder for me to trade. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today, and I'll be honest, it's harder to even really know much about it. So we'll talk about this today. If you guys enjoy the video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button. And I think this is an important video because there's a lot of people out there that will buy anything made out of silver, and if they can get the best price. This set right here, I got dirt cheap. I don't even think I paid for the silver. I think I pretty much just paid 2.5 times face or 2 times face or something like that as a set. So it was kind of crazy. I don't remember the exact number that I paid. I got it cheap at the time. It made sense, and I took it. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. If you enjoy the video, please hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and if you're not a member, consider becoming a member. It's only $1.99. We will be going live sometime before the end of the month. We will announce it the morning of, maybe even the day before, and we're going to be giving away a really cool prize. So, and as always, depending on, how do I say this, who wins, if they don't like the prize, I usually will work a deal with that. And I say that because I've had a couple people say, oh, I really like the Trump bar, I really like the flag bar, the Trump round, whatever the case may be. I work with the individual usually. So obviously I know if it's some amazing prize, you're not going to trade some crazy expensive prize for a Trump round, but I'm just putting that out there as if you are the winner, I will work with you a little bit. If we don't agree on something, then it will just be the prize that was offered at the beginning of the giveaway, or the event, I should say. It's not really a giveaway, it's an event, because it's free to do. So with that being said, let's get started. So what is my opinion on this type of stuff? So here's the deal. I don't really know anything about this set. This is a 1968. Someone in Canada will probably leave me a comment, I'm sure, in this video and say the dime is silver, the quarter is silver. I'd be willing to bet the half dollar is silver. I don't know about this stuff. Maybe I don't know. Needless to say, my point is, if you don't know the coins, I mean, yeah, you can look it up, but if you don't know them, chances are, okay, so they are 68. So there's 2 68 quarters. I guess maybe they have different versions of it. I don't know. That's what I'm saying about that is, if you don't know what you're getting exactly, you may want to stay away from it. And if you're a coin collector, you also have to understand at some point you're going to want to sell this stuff. And it's hard to sell something when you don't even really, but they don't know. I mean, if someone is buying this and they have no idea, I could tell you this is 90% silver. I vaguely want to say that I was told it was 80% silver, but someone can correct me on that. I'm hoping someone from Canada will leave me a comment and say, yeah, the 2/4 are silver, the two dimes are silver probably, and the $half is silver. And I don't even know what this coin is over here. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not even a half. That's $1. See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. This is a $1968 coin. I'm guessing maybe this says 50 cents, 1968. So maybe even the dollar is silver. I don't know. But you can bet that if someone else don't know, they're probably not really going to want it. I had this sitting in my junk pile for a while. My junk pile, for those of you that don't know, is stuff that I don't want. I just don't want it. I couldn't give it away, pretty much. I mean, I say give it away, but like some sort of silver trade or work a deal out on it or whatever. It's something that if I don't really understand what it is, then I'm not going to want it, and they're not going to want it. And I like mine to be, my private collection is more consistent. What do I mean by consistent? Full tubes of the same coin or round. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know I'm all about silver. I'm not a coin collector. I'm just a stacker. I believe wholeheartedly that silver and gold is going to go up. I actually think we're about ready to see another partial run-up. I don't mean go to the moon. I mean, I would not be surprised to see us overtake $35 before the year's out. A lot of stuff going on around the world right now, and it's scaring a lot of people. And it really doesn't matter the country you're in. What matters is what will happen to that country's currency if altercations break out and their country is involved. Now, a lot of people think, oh, it's no big deal, my country's not involved. I'll be honest, you might even be saying the U.S. is not really involved. Canada is not really involved. UK, not really involved. Who is involved? You've got Russia, you've got Ukraine, but that's not really the case, because if things escalate, other countries will get pulled into it. Other countries will send troops. Other countries will spend money, lots and lots of money, and they're going to have to raise that money from somewhere, the taxpayers. So you can expect that prices will go up, taxes will go up, and eventually it will affect everybody worldwide. And that's why, war, in my opinion, is not a good thing anywhere. I know that I've had some friends tell me, and I always laugh when I hear this. I kind of laugh. I shouldn't say I laugh, because that might make it sound inappropriate, but I have heard some people say, won't your silver and gold go up a whole lot if war breaks out? Absolutely. But I don't want to see someone get hurt so I can make a couple of bucks. Because the truth of the matter is, even if war doesn't break out or escalations don't heat up, silver's still going up. It ain't coming down. A lot of people thought when Trump took office that, things were going to change and we're going to see silver plunge back down. We ain't seeing it come down. In fact, we just saw it run up like $100 on gold, and we've seen silver go up $1.50. So you need to understand, it really doesn't matter who's in control. They're going to keep printing. They're going to print money, and nothing's going to change that. I had one commenter leave me a comment. It doesn't matter if it's the left ring or the right ring. They're both part of the same bird. And that's absolutely right. They're going to do a lot of similar things. And I just think that if you're not stacking silver, you are opening the door to be in a rough position. I've always said, when it comes to prepping, put away some food, put away some water, put away some kind of means of security. Those are the utmost important. And then put away precious metals. And I'll tell you why I say that. Because food and water you need. You absolutely need. There's no way around it. Without food and water, you are not going to survive. Once you have a certain amount of food and water, you need some kind of means of protection. And the reason that's important is because when you have something worth taking, if things get escalated, you can expect someone may try to take it. So you have to have a way to protect yourself, your family, your loved ones, and your stuff. And then after that, that's where silver and gold come in. Precious metals. Why? Because eventually you might need something. Eventually society will get back on track. I'm not saying society as a whole is going to collapse. For say it's not going to be full apocalypse. I mean, could it be? It could be. But if that happens, silver and gold probably won't be priority for a while. But you take a look during any major altercation and what happened 10 years later, 20 years later. Gold and silver. It had value going in. It had value even during, I'll say even during the German war. I mean, if you were behind Germany lines and you needed to get out, you offered someone some gold coins, they were going to look the other way. And it drives me nuts because I always hear people say, oh, why don't they just take it from you and I don't want to use the K word and take you out, essentially. Because here's the thing, everybody in the military has someone to answer to. If all of a sudden I am the person hypothetically at a checkpoint and you come through and you say, hey, I'll give you some gold coins. I can't go through. I don't have papers. I don't have permission. Whatever the case may be, let me go and you can have these gold coins. So I've got two choices. I can just try to take them from you and have you hauled off. But what do you think is going to happen? When that guy's getting hauled off, kicking and screaming, my superior is probably going to look over, come over, and when he hears gold coins, he tried offering you gold coins, and they're going to get taken away. They're going to go to him. Everybody has someone to answer to. If I just took the gold coins, hypothetically, put them in my pocket, nodded my head, and waved him on through, that got me through. That would get someone through. It has happened in Germany. It's happened in multiple countries. When altercations happen, people will bend rules for money. And during that type of an environment, there's nothing that's more money than gold and silver. People are not going to trust currencies because what happens when a currency, essentially a country loses a major war? I mean, you take a look at all the way back the Civil War. You know, when one side lost, what happened? All that currency became worthless instantly. And you take a look at old paper German money, it's worthless. And it got even more worthless when they had to mass print it to essentially pay off war reparations. So a lot of people just don't understand why gold and silver is so important. But back to the topic. I know I kind of got off topic quite a bit. But what's important is if you don't know the coins that well, they're not going to know them. You want to stack stuff that people in your area will recognize. If I go out to a store right now with a Mercury dime, a Benjamin Franklin, someone will recognize that is an American coin. If I took this out, well, darn, I didn't even recognize that was a dollar coin. I looked at it real quick and thought it was a half. I didn't prep this in any way. I just knew I had a set. And I said, you know what? I'm going to throw that out and I'm going to talk about it today to answer that question. Is it silver? Absolutely. Could it be melted down and made into something else? Absolutely. In fact, I don't even think it's 80% now because I'm looking at that and it says 0.55. It might even be 50%. And that's where I'm going with this. I mean, you have to understand a lot of people aren't going to know. I think the way I can't even say we calculated it that way, but back when I got this, silver was so cheap anyway, it didn't matter. You pretty much people were giving it away, you know, but I want people to understand the importance of knowing what you have and buying stuff that people recognize because you want to get the most money out of your stuff. You want to have the most options if you go to sell it. I understand not everybody is going to want to sell their stuff. But it does happen. It happens. A lot of times people go through hard times. They got to sell something, you know, stuff like that, events like that happen. Once you realize that, That's where it all comes together, that you may have to sell someday. So I don't want this video to be a long one. It was meant to be a short video. I know I escalated it still to 15 minutes talking about Germany and this and that, but it drives me nuts when I hear people say they're just going to take it from you. You know, even during Venezuela, when everything was crumbling in Venezuela, you had organizations. I don't want to use the name for them because that could get triggered. But there were organizations that set up black markets. They set up buildings and it was under heavy guard. And you know what? Some people are like, oh, they'll just take it from you. No, they won't. You're going to mess with them people? If them people set up a safe zone to trade and the people going in there pay to be trading in that facility, they're not going to get robbed. I mean, the amount of firepower that some of these organizations have is obscene. And I know there's a lot of altercations going on, like in Mexico right now. You've got to understand, there's always going to be some sort of markets. And even if the apocalypse comes, there will be people trading. However, like I said, I don't know if gold and silver is going to be a hot priority over cigarettes, alcohol, tobacco, whatever else people have. Food will be important, you know, and that's why I've always said, get yourself some extra rice, some beans, put it away for long storage. Right now, we're getting to that point where we may have to start talking a little bit more about that if this altercation continues to ramp up. I'm not telling anybody to live in fear. I'm not trying to fearmonger. But there's a lot going on in the world right now, and I don't specialize in those type of topics, so I don't talk much about them because they are frowned upon topics. And, I mean, granted, anything that goes against, how do I say this without getting hit, there's a lot of things that they don't want us talking about, you know, and we do fall under, you know, YouTube. So if YouTube doesn't want something talked about, that's it. The whole cough, obviously that was a hot topic, but it was a big no-no topic. And I think that's why my channel kind of went stalemate for almost a year and a half, 2 years, when I was doing videos every day and couldn't get views at all. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Just a quick one today, but it's important. Know what you're buying and buy stuff that people will recognize around you. Have a great day, everybody, and I hope you guys have a great one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.